Okay, let's look at our poem again one more time. I'm going to read it through. This is the second reading, Fast Food Chain, and we're looking to see if we can find examples of figurative language. I will tell you there's not a lot of examples of figurative language in this poem, but there are a few. Here we go. Fast food chain. There should be a diner that's open all night, where busy wild beasts could stop in for a bite. The menu wouldn't have to be very expensive, but to draw a good crowd, it should be fairly extensive. There'd be caribou nuggets for hungry wolf packs and a thick grassy stew for big hairy yaks. There'd be fresh flopping fish for slick barking seals and quarter-ton plankton burgers for enormous blue whales. There'd be wild berry pizza for grumbling grizzly bears and dusty hay salads for wild stallions and mares. There'd be smelly dead stuff galore for the jackals and buzzards and cartons of French fried flies for fat toads and venom lizards. There'd be rodents with cheese for striped wild cats and deluxe mosquito burritos for squinty-eyed bats. Wild animals' weird tastes make up the food chain. They all eat what they like, no need to explain. Which leads to a problem that could be a bother. What if the customers started eating each other? As I was reading through the poem, there were a couple places that were kind of tricky to read, like tongue twisters. That is an example of alliteration. So one that really stands out to me, let's see, is down here. Where is it? Grumbling grizzly bears, definitely an example of alliteration. Slick, even though there's barking in the middle, slick seals alliterates. Let's go through stallions and mares. French fried flies is another example of alliteration. And I think that's about it. There may be a couple of other examples that you also found. I do want to stretch your thinking a little bit and have you think about the what is the first of all, why does the author use alliteration in the poem? And the only reason I can come up with is that it really helps continue the silliness of the poem. It makes it more fun and more entertaining to read. Another example of figurative language I want you to think about is the fast food chain. Think about what the author is comparing the natural food chain to. Okay, fast food and the natural food chain, the animal food chain. This is a metaphor here. Okay? He's making a comparison between fast food and the animal food chain. You might also have said that there's hyperbole throughout the whole poem because animals really can't go to a fast food restaurant, so that is a bit of exaggeration. So there you have it. There are your examples of figurative language that you should have filled out on your graphic organizer.